You know, something very special is going to happen in our skies next month. Something that we have not seen in nearly 40 years. A total eclipse of the sun. In some locations we'll see it better than others, but here to explain exactly what you may see and what you can see in other parts of the country is Mr. Jeff Rogers from the South Florida Museum and the Bishop Planetarium. Jeff, thanks so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Are you as excited and giddy about this as I am?
I've been excited and giddy about this for 3 years.
And you've got a big journey planned for a tour group for folks with the museum, is that right?
Yeah, we're actually taking a group of 10 people out to northwest Nebraska, where we go every year to dig fossils. And we realized a few years ago, hey, wait, this
right in the
same
path.
Place that we go to every year is the perfect spot.
So let's back up a little bit.
Yep.
Tell us when it is, tell us what it is, get us all giddy.
Yeah, so we all understand too.
So August 21st,
Okay.
it's a Monday, and this is an eclipse that the path is going to travel straight across the continental U.S. from Oregon all the way to Georgia.
And what are we looking at right now?
Well, you're seeing that these happen because the moon is in between the Earth and the sun, and the moon casts a shadow down on the Earth. And it just so happens that the moon is about 400 times smaller than the sun, and the sun is about 400 times farther away than the moon. So you put those two numbers together, the sun and the moon appear to be the same size in the sky. So when they do line up perfectly like that, the moon will perfectly block the disk of the sun.
Isn't that an amazing coincidence?
That is.
That is
And
a
it doesn't
coincidence.
happen often.
Yeah.
There are partial eclipses, which we'll be able to see from here, and there are total eclipses, but it's
Yeah,
the
we should
total
make that
eclipse.
clear, actually, that the path of totality is only about 60 miles wide, right? So
Yeah, it's a
you
narrow
have,
band.
You have to be in that narrow band to see the total eclipse of the sun. What will we see here in Sarasota?
You'll get about an 83% coverage.
Well, that's pretty
So-
good.
This is good for
Yeah,
me.
83%. That's a good B, right?
That's not bad.
I'll
That's not
take
bad.
it.
But it's not the total effect.
And right now
not
we're
the
looking
total.
at an example of what it would look like.
Here in
So,
Sarasota,
yeah, so-
which is cool.
So it looked like somebody took a big bite out of the sun
Yeah.
with the moon, and you will see it darken, the sky darken a little bit,
The
right?
sky will darken.
And it will get a little cooler, perhaps a few degrees cooler.
Yep.
But if you're in totality, if you're in that 60-mile path, you're going to see the skies darken. It's going to become twilight. You'll hear nighttime animals. You'll see stars in the sky.
Stars will pop out. in
It'll
the
get
middle of the
significantly
day.
cooler.
Oh.
Yeah.
What
And this
time
is
of-
supposed to be viewed around, what, 2:51 or something like that?
For you here in Florida, the whole process will start a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a
the
Monday, so don't schedule any meetings that afternoon. And you'll slowly see the moon crossing in front of the sun, and you'll get the totality at about 2:50, I think.
As
that's-
dark as it'll be
So
here.
Right.
pretty much we're going to get dark at around 2 o'clock for one random moment and then come back.
Now let's talk about that,
Wow.
actually. Let's talk about looking at it, because we're going to hear some things, I think, in the press about how, when it's at its total eclipse, you can take off all your eye protection and be able to look directly at it. Now that may be true in the totality, that 60-mile swath, but that will never happen in the state of Florida. You can never, there's only one rule about looking at the eclipse, and that's not with the naked eye, right? So tell us, what's the best way to look at it?
Get your eclipse glasses.
Oh,
We're ready.
And these you can get
they look
where?
like 3D glasses.
We've got them at the museum. You can order them online.
Something tells me they'll be everywhere by August 21st.
Yeah.
I can't
Probably.
see a
Matthew
Matthew
glass.
Central
see
Library
anything.
is handing them out for free, and we're doing some programming with them. So they'll be readily available. I don't think any of you will be without them. If you put these on now, you won't
see
see.
nothing.
You know, they're like
nothing.
glasses.
You'll see nothing.
Yeah, I see nothing.
And that's how dark a lens you need to safely
Oh.
stare at the sun.
Wow.
Even though
so
it's
that you
going to
don't
get
damage your
dark
eyes.
around you.
Right. So you'll be able to see, and you'll just see that little bit of light here in Florida, but you need this, even if still just a little bit of the sun peeking out, you don't want to hurt your eyes. It's
So
not
we
worth
have
it.
some video of what it's going to look like in the totality zone. I know John is
Wow.
planning a road trip. You
Yes.
are taking the group to Nebraska.
Very excited. You'll be able to
It
hear the
really-
animals come out. You'll be
wow.
able to see stars. The temperatures will drop. I am so looking forward to this because, I mean, down through history, I mean, it's shaped religions, this event. It has shaped civilizations. It's
How long does
phenomenal.
that
It's
last?
verified Einstein's theory of relativity. So,
That's important too.
How long
Yeah.
till the next one?
The next one in the continental U.S. will be 2024.
Yeah, I think 2024.
And it'll cut up
Over the
from
same location,
Texas right up through the Midwest and then through western New York and through Maine.
the same town.
So there's more for us to look at this time. What's going to happen is millions of people are all going to run down from north and south into this line of the totality,
Earth will
which is
tilt.
why you can't find hotel
Which
rooms
is so,
anywhere
I got to
near.
tell you, the economic part of this excites me because
Yes.
I know from talking to my parents, you can't get a hotel room in that zone
Not
of
anymore.
totality for 100 miles north-south. I mean, this is a life event for many, many people. It's really neat.
And can I throw out, I don't know how much time we have here, but can I throw out a couple of additional ways to look at the eclipse if you're going to be here? Just take a standard pair of binoculars, and again, the rule, do not look at the sun through the binoculars. You will permanently damage your retina. But you can take the binoculars and kind of point them at the sun like this, and then take a white object and just put it behind here so that the vision of the sun through the binoculars projects onto the white image, and you'll be able to see a very clear and sharp outline of the sun and watch the
that's
moon
cool.
go right over it.
Could
Very
you take
cool,
a picture
very
with your
cheap.
cell phone?
You can take a picture with your cell phone, and if you go on the internet, there are various ways to tell you how to do that. You can also use a telescope if you wish, but you must have these solar filters and put those on the telescope, or
Man,
you
this
will.
is really serious.
No, it is a big event. We're going to talk a lot more about this, of course, because the event itself, the total eclipse of the sun, is August 21st. So we will continue to talk to South Florida Museum about it to find out more about their programs, what they're doing for the eclipse, how to get your glasses. You can go to their website, and we're going to hear a lot more about it because there's a lot more to learn. And also those maps that we were showing you about what it will look like in this area and also in the areas of totality, we will put those links on our Facebook page so you can find those as well. Because I think we've got a lot of educating for people to do. But a lot of people don't understand it. I think once you realize what's happening and how cool it is,
You'll be just as excited.
you'll be as excited as John and Jeff. As
Phenomenally
well, you
excited.
should be.
I think this is going to spawn a whole new generation of scientists.
I hope so.
Young
It'll
scientists.
be really great.
I bet it will.
All right.
I saw one in
Thank you, guys. We're going to talk more about it. They're never going to stop. But we've got singing to do. We're going to go back to the 50s and 60s next with the Players Center. Wait till you see what's coming up.